Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. Once again, I'm joined by Wayne.
Hello.
This is our first Age of Sigmar battle report. We're just going to play straight out of the starter box and we're going to use one of the missions from there. So we'll just get straight to it and show you the armies and we'll show you our deployment. So this is a mission we're playing, it's Reign of Death out of the starter set rulebook. So we'll look at Wayne's force of Stormcast Eternal.
Okay, so I've got the Lord Celestin on his Dracoloth thing. 2 units of 5 Liberators. The Lord Retributor, I think Relictor, that's it.
Yeah.
The Prosecutors and the Retributors.
Okay, so that's all the stuff from the Stormcast Eternals. So this is a Khorne Bloodbound. They have 2 squads of 10 Blood Reavers. I haven't sorted them out properly yet, actually, but one will have a full command and one will just be standard. We have a Mighty Lord of Khorne with his Fleshhound, as well as a Bloodstoker and the Blood Secretor, and then 5 Blood Warriors, and Khorgoroth. Well, I think that's correct. Okay, so yeah, this is my first ever Age of Sigmar battle, so I will apologise in advance if we make any mistakes. So we'll now get deployed and we'll show you the board. Okay, before we start as well, we're using the 2 War Scroll battalions for either side, as you have to in this mission. So we've got the Goreblade Warband for Khorne, and the Thunderstrike Brotherhood for the Stormcast Eternals. So essentially, we've got the Brother in Arm rule. So the Stormcast Eternal get 1+ bravery of any unit that is within 6 inches of another unit, and they also have the Lightning Strike, which means they can essentially deep strike, which we'll see soon. For Goreblade, they can reroll charge rolls for units in the War Scroll if another unit has already made a successful charge that turn. And then if a unit, friend or foe is wiped out during the combat phase, you can have 1 to the attacks of all the characteristics of one of the melee weapons used from any units in the War Scroll for the remainder of that phase. Okay, so we'll now get straight into it. Oh, and just a quick correction that this Blood Reavers, we just looked in the battalion, they do have to be used as a full 20-man unit, so they won't be split up into 2 groups. So this is our table, and the terrain's already set up. As the Stormcast Eternals are doing their Thunderstrike, it's only the Khorne Bloodbound on the table at the moment. I'll just quickly show you where everything's lined up. We're all pretty close together, really. I don't want to spread them out too much. Okay, so there's no point me really. Well, I suppose I will. Well, yeah, I will go first. So I deployed first, so I will choose to take the first turn. Okay, so the reason I've chosen to go first is just so I can use Inspiring Presence from the Lord onto my Blood Reavers. And that's all I'm going to do this turn. I'm just going to keep everyone exactly where they are. So Wayne's now going to deep strike in, essentially. Okay, so all the Stormcast Eternals have came in. They all have to set up 9 inches away from enemy models. Of course, we're measuring from the models themselves. So they're all lined up, ready to take down the Khorne Bloodbound.
Okay, so in my shooting phase, I'm going to do the Flame Breath. I picked this spot, so any units within 2 take D3 mortal wounds on a 4+. So firstly this unit, so they take D3 mortal wounds, they take 3.
Let 3 of them go down.
And then the Blood Secretor, 4+. So he takes D3. So he takes
these are good dice.
well. And then these guys, nothing happens to them. Okay, so now these guys are going to shoot the Blood Warriors. so with their hammers, so they need 4s to hit. Wow. And 4s to wound. So 2 wounds.
So 2 4+ saves, so 1 takes a wound.
Okay, so the charge phase, these guys are going to try and charge, so they get 9, so they fail. The Liberators are going to try and charge, so they need 9, so they fail. Same with these guys. Nope. He's going to try, he needs 9. No. And then the flying guys are going to try and charge. They get 3d6, so they got 14. So they're going to charge these guys. So I'm going to obviously choose these guys first. So they hit on 3s, and they get to reroll 1s thanks to their hammers. Doesn't help. And then they wound on 3s. So just 1.
So 1 4-up is passed. Okay, so as I made a successful save, I have to roll the dice, and on a 6 that causes a mortal wound, but of course that did nothing. So we're now piled in as well, and we have 11 attacks. So 11 attacks hitting on 3. And we wound on 4s for 4.
So 4-up save. So 1 dice, I'm going to take this guy. So, I lost 1 guy, but my bravery thanks to the Thunderstrike brother goes up to 7, so I can't fail.
Okay, so now we roll off again for turn 2. Okay, so initiative roll. And I got 1. Okay, so this could be quite nasty coming my way.
Okay, so he's going to do his command ability, which is the 24-inch range to ignore battle shock tests. And then the Lord Relictor, he's going to do his 12-inch range lightning strike. And I'm going to choose the banner guy. So on a 3+, he takes D3 mortal wounds. So it goes off, so he takes D3 wounds. So he only takes 1.
He is now down to 1.
He's also -1 to hit in combat.
Okay, so this is the end of the movement phase, and it's no surprise that everything's just moved up closer. So hopefully they can get their charge ranges off this turn. And the Lord's over here. Okay, so we'll now go into a shooting phase.
Okay, so the Lord's going to do his fire breath here. So the only units affected are the warriors, the Bloodstoker, and the Reavers. So the Reavers first on a 4+. Nope. The warriors, yes, so they take D3. So they take 2.
Okay, so I'll take 1 out and leave another one on 1.
So then he gets to attack. He died.
Okay, I think that might only be in combat. Yeah.
Okay.
It's only in the combat phase. Yep.
And on him? No.
Okay.
They kill a warrior. That's not bad. So they're going to shoot their hammers at these guys. So they need 4s. And they all miss.
How do you miss from there?
So charge phase. These guys are going to charge. So they got 7. So they're going to charge the Khorne. So they're only 4 inches away. There's plenty of room there. The Liberators are going to charge. So they're going to charge the Mighty Lord of Khorne. And hope that they can kill him.
Yeah, we'll stay there in combat. It's like slide down this silly hill.
These guys are going to go charge the Reavers. So they're in. And the Lord is going to charge. So 6. So he's just going to charge the warriors.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the Retributors. So they have 2 attacks each, and the Prime has a 3rd attack. So they hit on freeze, and 6s become 2 mortal wounds automatically. So 3 hits, and then freeze to wound. So 2 wounds.
Okay, so there's a -1 rend on me, so it's a 5+ save. So he takes 3 wounds in total.
4 wounds.
Oh, they damage 2.
Yeah, damage 2. So
Oh, okay.
that does 2, and then
Yep.
that does 2.
Okay, so that's 4 wounds. Okay, so I'm going to use the Mighty Lord of Khorne. I'm going to start with his axe. Hits on freeze. So 2 hits. And wounds on freeze. 2 wounds.
6 does. I think. Okay, so this just slays one outright because it's a 5 or more. And then I have 1 armor save, so I have a 4.
It's just D3.
I save it first and then it's...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it'd be the other way around.
So, 4 up, which goes
There's
to
a
5.
-1, yeah. Hey, it's fine anyway. Okay, so the Flesh Hound has 4 attacks. And they hit on 4s, I believe. Or was it 3s? No, I can't see. Yeah, it's 3s, sorry. So it hits on 3s, but it wounds on 4s. 4, 1. There's no rend on that.
So, 4 up. So, fail. Is that 1 wound?
Yeah, just a 1.
Okay, so I'm going to choose these Liberators. So I have 11 attacks, hitting on 4. But wounding on freeze. So that is 5.
Okay, so I'm going to choose the Blood Warriors next. So we have 9 attacks this time, and we'll go against the Prosecutors. So we hit on 3s, and we wound on 4s. For 3.
So 4 up saves. So I take a wound. I'm going to put it on him. So I'm going to choose the Lord. He gets D3 extra attacks with his hammer. So he gets 2 extra attacks. So it's 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 2s. So 3 saves.
Okay, so 5 ups. So 2 go through, and they do D3 damage each.
So they do...
Ouch.
6.
Damn you, Bitfox dice. Okay, so that leaves me just with the champion on 1 wound. I did pass 1 save, so I get to roll a d6, but it does nothing. And for every model slain, they do get to make a pile and move and attack before they get removed. We have removed them already, but we'll do the attack now. Okay, so we'll make our additional attacks just on the Prosecutors. So just normal attacks hitting on 3s, which is a bit better this time. And we went on 4s. Wow, so for 4.
Okay, so 4 up. So 1 wins, so he dies. So I still have the beastie to attack with. That's all it does. So that hits on freeze. And wounds on freeze. And that one does d6 wounds instead of just 1 because I rolled a 6.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing
you get to save this at rend 1.
I'm guessing that will go against.
It'll be on him because it all happens at the same time.
Oh, it all happens at the same time. Okay. So just a normal.
Normal
so
save, but -1 rend.
Okay.
So 5 up.
So 5.
So, you
So he does save it. And for a regular one, it's not saved.
But you get to see if you do a mortal wound because you saved a hit.
Yep. Which doesn't.
And then you get to attack me.
So he gets his attacks before he's removed, and we'll go against the Prosecutor again. So hitting on 3s, and win on 4. So for 2.
So 4 up, and he takes a wound, and the champion is dead.
Okay, so my battalion gives me the special rule, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video. So if a unit is slain in combat, then everything else will get 1+ attack. So that will be for Blood Reavers, for Blood Secretor, who is now in combat, and for Korgoroth. Okay, so Korgoroth is going to go next. He has 6 attacks now. So he hits on 3s.
Nice.
And he wounds on 3s as well. For 4. And it's -1 rend.
So 5 up save. So I make 2.
Oh, you couldn't just quite kill one, unfortunately.
So he's on 1. So these guys are going to hit him. Because he has more than 5 wounds on his starting profile, they hit on freeze.
Ouch.
And they wound on freeze as well. So just 3.
3. So 3 plus save. And he's fine. So I'm going to do this guy and we're going to pile in around here. So he has 4 attacks basic plus the extra 1. And he hits and wounds on freeze. That's 4 hits. And 4 wounds. And it's -1 rend.
So he normally has a 3-up save, so he goes for 4-up. So he takes 3 wounds.
Nice. And then lastly we have the Blood Reavers, so I'm going to pile them in. So we've just circled around them just to stop us having to like overlap bases and such. Okay, so due to being within 12 inches of a totem, we have +1 attack, and because the unit was also slain, we have another +1 attack, so in total that's 37 attacks. Now I'm going to roll them in 2 batches, so this is the first batch of 18, and I guess they hit on 4s. I will just double check it. And then it's 4s to wound. Wow, so that's quite a few, and that's just the first batch.
Right, so they have a 4-up save, re-rolling ones. So
That's pretty good.
just 2, so I'm going to take this guy away.
Okay, so second batch of dice. Again hitting on 4s. And wounded on 4s. Well, not so good this time. For just 5.
Okay, so 4-up save, re-rolling ones. So he'll die, and he'll be on 1 wound.
Okay, so we don't need no battle shock, as all the Stormcast Eternal stuff are immune, and my only unit what needs to take 1 is also immune. So we'll go straight into my turn, and in the hero phase I will of course continue to make these guys immune to battle shock. And also in my hero phase I'm going to plant this guy's banner, so everything in 18 inches get +1 attack to all their weapons. And then this guy also has his ability where he can make every unit has 3 additional inches to their charge, but they can also reroll 1s to wound, which I'm going to do on this big squad here. Okay, so very quick movement phase. I just moved the Bloodstoker up. He wants to go after this Prosecutor. And in the shooting phase I'm going to fire my Bone Tentacles from the Khorne into the Retributors. So it's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, so 2 hits, and they wound on 4s, for 1.
So 4-up save, saved.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to charge here. We only need 2.5, so he is in, and he's going to go after this Prosecutor, so he's going to come round the back there. Okay, so in the assault phase I'm going to start with the Khorne. So he has 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, all hit, and wounding on 3s. All wound. That's a -1 rend.
Okay, so 5-up save. So he'll die, and he goes on 1 wound.
Okay, and because of my ability, I regenerate a wound for every model that I slay.
So these guys are going to attack next. So they need 4s. And 3s. So 5 dead.
So I'm gonna oh, hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna pile in round here with the Bloodstoker so he can hopefully try and attack both guys. So he's gonna start with his Torture Blade on the Prosecutor, which hits and wounds on 3s. So 2 hits. And just a 1 wound, and there's no rend on that.
Okay, so 4. So he's fine.
Okay, so we'll just end up using the whip as well on him, just to try and kill him off. So that's hit on 3s, and then wound on 4s for 1 more.
so 4 up. So he does die.
So that will now give everyone else a +1 attack.
So he's going to attack, he's going to do the hammer on this guy, and then the beastie's going to attack him. So the hammer first hits on 3s. And 2s. So 1 save at -1 rend.
So 4+, that's failed.
So he takes D3.
And that'll kill him anyway, so he is dead.
Okay, and then the attack's on this guy, so hit on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So 2 saves.
Is that normal rend?
-1 rend, yeah.
That's -1, so 5 ups. So he takes wound. Okay, so now a Mighty Lord. Because of the hero ability that we used previously, and killing a unit in this combat phase, he now has 5 attacks with his axe, which hits and wounds on 3. 4 hits. And 3 wounds.
Alright, so the 5 automatically slays one.
Yep.
The opening the warpy thing. And then 2 saves, so it's -1 rend, isn't it?
Yes.
5 up. So 2 more wounds.
And that does D3 damage on each one. Oh, so just
1 more guy.
That's a shame. And we have the Flesh Hound, who now has 6 attacks. Hit on 3s. He wounds on 4s. For 4, but there's no rend on them.
Okay, so 4 up. So another one dies. So I'm doing the Retributors next. So they hit on 3s. So that's 2 more wounds again. 3 hits. And 3s to wound. So 3 saves.
That's 5 ups, and yep, that is enough to kill him. So before Khorne fights with us. That 2 damage is just brutal, as well as that mortal wound thing. So I'm going to attack with the Blood Reavers. They now have 21 attacks in total this turn. So hit on 4s. Not too bad. And we wound on 4s. So there's a few. 6.
So 4 up save.
Wow, so that'll just be that guy dead.
So just this guy left, so he hits on 3s and wounds on 3s. So 2 saves.
Oh, 3+?
Yeah.
He's fine again. Okay, so that is the end of the second turn, and there's been a lot of carnage, there's not much left now, so once again we roll for initiative. And exactly the same as last time, a 5 and a 1. So Stormcast Eternal, turn 3.
So the Lord is going to do his no battle shock test because it's awesome. And then the banner guy, he's going to do the healing lightning now on the Lord. So on a 3+, the Lord will get D3 hits back. So he does, so he gets D3, so he gets 3. So he's back to full.
Goody. Okay, so just at the end of Stormcast Eternal movement, the Retributors have moved closer to this Chaos Lord, and the Lord Relictor has moved closer to this combat over here.
So shooting phase, he's going to do the breath thing, but he's going to do it here so it only hits the Blood Reavers. So
okay.
4+, they take D3 wounds. No. So charge phase, these guys are going to try and charge, so they're going to get in. Because they were 3 away.
Yeah.
And he's going to charge. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Retributors are going to try and smite the Lord. So 4 hits. And 3 to wound. So just 2 wounds.
And is that a -1 rend?
-1 rend.
So 4 ups. So he takes 1.
Takes 2
So it'll be
wounds.
2 damage. So I'm going to attack with the Blood Reavers next. We've already piled in. And we only have 15 attacks this time. And we'll go into a Liberator. So 4s to hit. So, ooh, not very good there. Okay, we're moving on 4s, and I'll remember this time that we do reroll on 1s for our hero phase. So 2 rerolls for that many. 7.
So 4 ups, rerolling ones. So he'll die, and the hero.
And he wants to come out.
And he's on 1 wound. So he's going to attack the blood creator first, so the hammer. So hits on 3s. And 2s. So 1 save.
That's failed.
Nope, so it does D3 wounds. So it does 2 wounds to him. And then the beastie hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. So 1 more save. And then the beastie hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. So 1 more save.
5 up is failed, so he's now down to a single wound. So the Lord's going to use his axe against the Retributors. So hitting and wounding on 3s.
So they're just removed because
Yep.
they both count as slain.
So he kills both of them. And then we have 5 attacks now with the Fleshhound against the remaining Liberator. Which hits on 3s, but wounds on 4s. 4, 2.
So 4 up. So he's fine.
Oh, he's hanging in there.
Him, and so
Yeah.
him. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. And he wounds on 3s. With -1 random one. So it doesn't matter.
3 more. So the Bloodstoker is going to use his blade against the Lord. Hits and wounds on 3s. With no rend.
So 3 up save. So he takes a wound.
And then his whip hits and wounds. Hits on a 3 and wounds on 4s. That's for 1 and no rend again.
3 up again. So he's fine. So this Liberator is going to attack. So he hits on 4s. And 3s. Nope. And then lastly this guy hits on 3s. And wounds on 3s. So just 1 save.
And 3 up is fine. Okay, so in my hero phase, I'm once again just going to make the last few Blood Reavers just immune to Battle Shock. The Bloodstoker's also going to use his ability where these guys can reroll 1s to wound, and I'll probably remember it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Blood Reavers, and we're now only down to 5 attacks. And we'll go once again against the Liberator. So hit on 4s. And wound on 4s. 4, 2.
So 4 up. Reroll 1s.
Oh,
Nope, so he is dead.
yay.
So he'll go next. So 3 attacks hit on 3s. And 3s to win. So 1 save.
And that's 3 up. So he's fine. So I'm going to attack back, and I'll start with his axe. Hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s.
So 5 up save.
Oh!
Saved.
And then Fleshhound's going to have a nibble at him. 3s and then 4s. For another 2.
So 4 up. Reroll 1s. So he has 1
Still alive!
left.
Why won't you die?
So I'll do the Lord next. He's got 3 attacks with the hammer, hitting on 3s. So 1 hit, 2s to wound. So 1 wound out.
And that's a 5 up.
So it does D3. Just
But that's enough to kill him anyway.
It's just him left. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. And 3s to wound. So 3 saves.
And they have no save.
Have save.
I'll keep the champion in, why not?
Okay.
So initiative roll off again. And I actually win the initiative roll off. Hooray! Not going to make much difference, I don't think. Okay, so we're just going to skip the hero shooting and the charge movement and charge phase, yeah, and just go straight to the combat phase. And I'm going to start with my poor little lonely, not even finished painted Blood Reaver, who has 2 attacks. And they both miss. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do this guy because otherwise he'll die. See if he'll do something.
Well, you say that, he's surviving.
So freeze, he hits, freeze to wound, 1 save.
Oh, 3 up. Well, he's failed.
Oh, he did something!
So he's down to 3, and he's now going to attack back. So 3 attacks from the axe, hitting on freeze, and wounding on freeze, so that's enough to remove him. And then you get your attacks
So just
over here.
this guy left, so freeze, and freeze, yeah.
And then we go into Stormcast Eternal, turn 4.
Okay. So his ability doesn't matter, but I'm just going to do this because he's going to cast it on him.
Okay.
So on a 3+, yep, so he takes D3 mortal wounds and he's at -1 to hit.
Ow.
So he takes 1 more wound and -1 to hit.
Okay. So we'll try and remember that.
So shooting phase, he's going to just choose this spot and do the flame breath. So on a 4+, it does D3, and it doesn't.
Yep.
So this guy, yeah,
He's definitely in.
and the Lord, he's in as well. That's one.
Okay, so I assume you'll probably attack with the Lord first.
Yeah, so he gets D3 extra attacks, so he gets 2 extra attacks. So he's got 5 attacks with his hammer on freeze, and 2s to wound. So 4 saves.
So 4 ups, and that's enough to kill him. And that's game, but a very close game. Really close game, actually.
Yes.
Okay, so, handshake. Okay, so that's my first ever Age of Sigmar game, and to be honest, at one point I didn't expect it to end up being this close. So, it seemed pretty balanced as the box set, you know, as being a box set, which
We
is quite
did
nice.
forget sudden death, but it didn't matter.
That didn't really matter.
It only would have applied to me.
Yep. But I think sudden death can only be triggered at the beginning.
Yeah, because you have a third extra models than me, so I would have got sudden
Oh,
death
okay.
anyway, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter, no.
So.
I mean, you got the strength. But no, very enjoyable game.
Very good.
So that was our first Age of Sigmar game. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed playing it. And we shall see you in the next video.